Excuse me, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, this is gonna be a real short one. I just came back. Look, they say bruh fell asleep on live last night. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, bruh still pushing. This one right here gonna be a real short one. You know what I'm talking about? Because I was just talking to some people. You know what I'm talking about? And they were saying, man, we got to start the conversation. And I just want to let y'all know. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes I think that's what's wrong. You know what I'm talking about? And this is just my opinion. You ain't gotta agree, man. You ain't gotta agree with me. You gonna say, baby, cuz where'd you come from with this even conversation? I told you we was just talking to some people, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. And it kept coming up, people be like, man, we need to start the conversation and we need to start this conversation. Like, do we really need to start a conversation, bro? You know what I mean? Or do we really just need to start with actions? You know what I'm talking about? I think that's the problem sometimes. Everybody always want to talk about something. You know what I'm talking about? Some stuff, what they've been telling me all night was understood ain't got to be said. You know what I'm talking about? And stuff like that there. But for real, man, do we really need to start a conversation? Because when I was listening to this stuff, man, on the conversation we was just having, man, it's like we want to start a conversation to, like, baby cuz got it, you know what I'm talking about, baby cuz trying to roll this joint, you know what I'm talking about? Baby cuz trying to roll a joint, you know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no drug users. But back to the, because my man was just talking about we need to start a conversation. Like this is supposed to be a worldwide conversation, and it really ain't, man, because a lot of the conversations that they saying we need, it's on us, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Because they got, you know what I'm talking about, nephew, sis, old man, old lady. You know what I'm talking about, man? Because look, if I pick a bad broad, man, you know what I'm talking about, and she ain't right for me, I can say what I want to about the situation I done got myself in, but the truth lies that it was my decision to pick this, you know what I'm talking about, to pick this bitch, folks. So you really can't complain, you know what I'm talking about, man. You just gotta look at yourself, be like, damn, I need to do better or whatever it is, man. But you can't get yourself in this situation, you get what I'm saying? And then say we need to start a conversation about this because this is going on. You feel me? It's just like they got bad, they far in between, man. But you know what I'm talking about? Shit, you can choose a whole nother situation to be in. You just can. Like, you just can, folks. I know you saying, baby cuz, what is you talking about? You just came out of nowhere, didn't you? You know what I'm talking about? Militant Monday, you still ain't gave us that. You know what I'm talking about? Be stiff. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I don't know. This is probably gonna be my last video because I got stuff to do. You know what I'm talking about? But on some real shit, man. And they be talking about the conversation. I don't really think we need to start a conversation. All you really can do is start with your goddamn self. That's the conversation you need to start with, the one with yourself. That's the conversation you need to start. What the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? I think that's the conversation we need to start. You feel me? Because although it's good to get shit off your chest and all that, bro, after you get through talking, bro, that shit don't do nothing. You just got it off your chest, bro. The problem's still gonna remain. No matter what, even if you got a problem, you know what I mean? You might not. But talking about that shit, I mean, it might help. Like I say, it helps the vent, you know what I'm talking about? But after you get through talking about that shit, man, when you go back to your real life, you're gonna have the same goddamn problem, bro. You feel me? So I don't really think it's that it necessarily needs to start a conversation across the world. You know what I'm talking about? I think you needs to start a conversation with your goddamn self. You know what I'm talking about? And ask yourself, because that's the only man. Listen, bro. Man, listen, bro. Just like them Greek people used to say when they gonna go off to war, used to say shit like you will find the answers within yourself. You know what I'm talking about? When they used to go see the oracle or they old the elders, you know what I'm talking about? That was when they was asking for questions, you know what I'm talking about? When they was looking for enlightenment, the elders used to tell them some shit like, the answers are within yourself. You know what I'm talking about, man? That's where you're gonna find the goddamn answers at, within yourself. You know what I'm talking about, man? So, man, somebody gonna be mad at me and say, baby, cuz, shut up. You know what I'm talking about? Baby, cuz over here eating breakfast sandwiches. You know what I'm talking about, man? But it was some real shit, man. I was just having a conversation, and they just kept saying, like, the shit we was talking about, like, that shit just needed to be on the news or something. And if you actually listen to the conversation, it's just like, bro, whatever decision you make is just the ones you made. This is like when I went to jail, bro, I fucked my time off. You know what I mean? We don't need to start no conversation about why was I out there selling dope or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That's some shit I should have paid attention to before I went to jail. You know what I'm talking about? Because although, like, this shit is lost and this shit is haywire and every which way you lose, man, you responsible for yourself, folks. So you can't use the times, conditions, or nothing else, bro, for the reason why you did something, man. Whatever the fuck you did, you made the choice to do it, folks. You can't say you know better. You didn't know better. You know what I'm talking about? Keep doing that shit, you'll learn. You know what I'm talking about? That's just how life is, y'all. But motherfucker need to start a conversation with themselves. You know what I'm talking about? Because you the only one that's gonna live your life. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. You know what I'm talking about? You the only one in your body, folks. So if you're looking for a way out of the decision you made, that's on you because the answers are within yourself. You know what I'm talking about, man? I'm finna get on up out of here, man. But I think the conversation motherfucker need to start is with their goddamn self. You know what I'm talking about? I don't think shit just need to be broadcasted on the news talking about this is the conversation we need to bring up. Nah, bro. You don't need to bring up shit. The conversation you need to bring up with your goddamn self. You know what I'm talking about? Why? You gotta ask yourself why. You know what I'm talking about? That's what the fuck you gotta do. This shit ain't nothing to need to be on. Talking about why is this like that and why is that like this. Now, I'm not saying all conversations. I mean, you can do what you want to. This is just my personal opinion right here. You know what I'm talking about? Don't shoot the messenger. You know what I'm talking about? But we was just having just a conversation. You feel me? Or like, and even though it was a good conversation, they were like, man, now this is the conversation we need to start. But we don't, folks. We don't. People need to start a conversation with themselves, man. And that's the only conversation we need to start. You know what I'm talking about, man? For real. If you sit there and say just anything, folks. Anything. You know what I'm talking about? Baby cousin got hot. Baby cuz still up. They say I fell asleep on live. You know what I'm talking about? We still all right, though. You know what I'm talking about? I'm woke now. You know what I'm talking about? But for real, man, if we're going to start a conversation, start one with yourself, man. That's the conversation motherfucker really need to start. Ask yourself why. You know what I mean, man? Why is you doing what you doing, bruh? If you got a fucked up bitch, why do you got that bitch? You know what I'm talking about, sis? If you got a fucked up nigga, why do you got that nigga? You know what I'm talking about, man? Only you like what you like, man. You can't choose to do something and say we need a conversation about it. You know what I'm talking about? Why you didn't have your conversation with yourself before you did that shit? That's the only conversation you need to have. The answers are within yourself. You feel me? Well, for some reason, there's people we like to fuck up. You know what I'm talking about? Then come back and get sympathy for the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about? I went to jail, man. I can't blame the crack era for that shit, nigga. I gotta blame my own ignorance. You know what I'm talking about? Because like I say, when you in front of the judge, you can't say I'm a victim of my environment and all that old shit, bro. Because they're going to sentence you for the dope you sold. You know what I'm talking about? That's the only thing you got. You know what I'm talking about? So when it's time for you to have a conversation with the judge, you know what I'm talking about? They going to say guilty. You know what I'm talking about? It's charged. You know what I'm talking about? The answers are within yourself. And they just is, man. And I think that's the only conversation we need to have. And if y'all don't remember nothing else, always remember it don't cost nothing. Just show a little bit of that love.